This week on The Shift, I tried my hand at woodwork. Timothy Coomer works wood and plies his trade in the basement of the National Theatre of Namibia, where he builds sets as required for the various shows held at the theatre. I spoke to him about his love for carpentry. Good morning.
Morning. I'm well. Timothy.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, this is my carpentry workshop, and this is where most of the arts and crafts happen for me and myself with work in general. So today we're going to be looking at a bookshelf of sorts.
Right.
What I have here is two sides and a couple of shelves that we need to put together. But what I'd like to remind ourselves of is that usually you want to mark a position where you're going to be drilling your holes. I usually work on the inside where your wooden shelf will cover lines and whatnot, so that you, won't see these things. And before we do really get into action, I need to remind ourselves of safety. Safety comes first. You want to be reminded that you always wearing your safety gloves, and you want to remove all loose items. If you're wearing a loose jersey, jacket, overall jacket, you might want to consider either tightening it up with an elastic or taking it off completely. It's ever since I was at primary school, when we had our practical classes, and on a Friday afternoon just before closing time, there would be those 2 or 3 periods where you do some woodwork or hobby work and so on, and arts and crafts. And I was inspired in the one course to building what we call a soapbox go-kart type thing as a kid.
Wow.
And it was a school project. It took 3 months because we only had those 3 periods on a Friday, so it took a bit of time to do. But in the end, it was a success. There was your frame, your seat, and your 4 wheels, and your rope for the steering. So we did it, and ever since then, I've always had a bit of a passion for woodwork, and that was like an inspiration. And soon after high school, I went directly into apprenticeship at a joinery in the southern industrial of Windhoek, called Hi Jensen Bouw en Meubeltischlerij. Invested in taking me on as an apprentice and letting me learn and work with wood, and managed to transform into something like building cupboards and bookshelves and chairs and tables and kitchen units. So, if you want to come this side and grab that end for me, put this on the floor, and then we can take the other side and put it on top. And we're going to start putting this together like this. So you want that level. In the long run, we'll use a thinner screw. It just helps improvise with the pilot hole, and prevents any bursting and splitting, because you can't really manage to focus so well, but always staying in line with your holes and all that. But it's just easier. And we're just sliding her in here with the holes underneath in. And then we will use the ruler, and we'll measure here 405. And you hear that screw doing its work, eh? And there we go, and she's finished. Final screw is screwed in, so if you grab that side for me, and I'll grab this side at the bottom, and we lift her up, and let her stand steady. There we go. Beautiful bookshelf slash utility shelf slash shelf unit.
So now we paint it.
Now we can paint it, yes. And then you can store things in it. As I said, you know, if you were to put in a drill like this, for instance, nice 2 kilograms, you know, and you want this thing to last a good 2 years, it's always good to have some support on the corners or in the center to help it. In this case, I've got these corner blocks.
So if I wanted not to have it against the wall, I would just put like a backing piece there?
Yes, a nice backing board with some backing nails or hardboard nails, as we call them, and then you can also make it sturdy that way, and then there will be less of the shaking about.